Hey guys, Mr. Brewer here. Wanted to bring you a little PowerPoint about political cartoons. As usual, your notes will be in red and they will be underlined. So let's make sure we get them. Now, what is a political cartoon? It's a primary source, which a primary source is from somebody's personal viewpoint. So it shows their point of view, of course, for an important issue in what they hope is an entertaining way. Now, every author of these has a purpose that they're trying to get out of it. Just like if you watched or you looked at a Garfield cartoon in the paper today, their point is mostly to get you to laugh. Political cartoons have an agenda. They want you to see thought from their point of view. So, some of the things that they use in this is symbolism, and as you probably know from English class, symbolism is a symbol or an object that represents an idea. This could be Uncle Sam holding the world, and, here he is, he's holding the world, and he's walking through a treacherous place. We've got marbles, banana peels, and a skateboard, so it just looks like it's a matter of time before Uncle Sam or America fails to hold up the world at this. And obviously the point of this political cartoon is that the world is on America's shoulders and it's a treacherous place. The next one we sometimes see is exaggeration, and when people use exaggeration, sometimes they do it by people's facial expressions or their clothes, or if somebody's maybe somewhat serious like Nixon that says, let me make this perfectly clear, they make him look extremely serious. And then you've got Obama over there and they make him look thin, extremely thin. And here's just two different points of view. They've used exaggeration on both of them, and that's just how they use that to get their point of view across. Now, analogy is like two unlike things. That says it about the best I can. And so this one is, which underperformer is getting additional U.S. aid? And what it shows is you should be picking A and not B on this one. The Liberian rebels shouldn't be getting our money, but sometimes people think that they're getting too much and that it needs to go to students like you guys. Now, irony is kind of something that I enjoy, and the best example of this one is, here is Obama, who has a Nobel Peace Prize, and he's picking it up from his pile of Tomahawk missiles. Tomahawk missiles, ones like we fire in the Middle East all the time, and it's kind of what things should be as opposed to what they are expected to be. And the reality is we do fire Tomahawk missiles at different places across the Middle East and other places pretty often, but here's our president who has earned the world's most prestigious prize in peace. So it is kind of ironic, and take it for what it is. Now, when you look at a political cartoon, you have to kind of know the context of it to get it. So let's look at one real quick. Here, first glance, is it funny? I think it's pretty funny. We've got a giant guy and I've got some small guys swinging off of him. It looks pretty funny to me. What's the cartoon about? If you read the caption, it says, as you can see, nuclear power is completely safe. And so it implies that this huge man was made by a nuclear fallout of some sort. The cartoonist's opinion is probably that nuclear power is not the right option that we should be going for, because he made an exaggeration on this at what it could do. We know from Russia they had a fallout one time and it killed millions of people, and it also hurt their offspring. Their children were suffering from it, and people still suffer from it today. And then our next one is this political cartoon about an issue or another person that may agree or disagree with? And I think the issue is clear here, that it's nuclear power. But as always, the last part is, what is your opinion on it? Your opinion is going to be the most important when you're looking at these. Some people think that nuclear power is absolutely something we should be pursuing more of, and then some people see that, like after the tsunami in Japan, that some things can happen that are in nature, and nuclear power is not the safest thing in the world. So let's go on to another one. We have the same thing here. And just to put this in context for you, Dewey and Nelson are admirals. They were some of the greatest admirals in England and the United States. And if you look at the guy in the middle that's getting hoisted up onto the pedestal, his name's Togo, and Togo is best known. He was an admiral in the Japanese Navy in about 1905 when this cartoon was drawn. And Togo fought against the Russians in the Sino-Russia War and was very, very decisive in his victories. And so what we have here is, in 1909, a cartoonist saying that Japan is going to be a world power. We've got the Earth that's hoisting him up to the level of America and Europe. So we can see what the cartoonist was trying to say. And remember, this is 1909, so we're talking about pre-world wars on this one, and we know from later that they do become a huge world power. So the cartoonist's opinion on this issue is that, of course, that it's Japan's becoming a world power. Is it funny? I don't know. Maybe in 1905 it was. Some people probably thought it was a joke that a little island off of the coast of China would ever be a world power, but today we know that they are. And I can't tell you if the cartoonist had an issue with this or not. And of course, as with all cartoons, nothing's written in stone, so you're always entitled to your own opinion. I appreciate your time on this, guys. Sorry, I tried to keep it under 5 minutes, but we're running about 7. My voice is about to give out, so that's where we're going to be. Appreciate you taking a look at it, and make sure you get the notes. If not, make sure you stop, rewind, or pause. Thanks.